Welcome back, guys, to Pastor's Coffee. This is episode 37. I'm sorry we missed you last week. Tiff, I missed you, buddy. How are we?
Doing good. I this week has been kind of a easier week. Don't have anything on Sunday. I'll be up in Baker Heights, in Martinsburg, where I grew up for a 30th anniversary service. So I'm looking forward to that. Seeing some people I haven't seen in a while. It'll be the
Oh my
first time
goodness.
Albina, and Liam have all been there for the first time, I think. Um, because Liam's been up there with my mom, so
Yeah,
everybody's
that's
seen
cool.
Liam, but they don't see me and Albina. So that's all
Yeah,
they care about, though. Let's be real. So,
let's be honest.
yeah. Um, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So I don't, and then we have a church picnic here at Memorial Heights in that evening. So I don't have any teaching to do, which has been nice. But that doesn't mean that I've been working on school.
I was going to tell on you if you didn't fess up. So,
I've been, it is what it is. I had a fantasy draft last night, and I had to I had to lock in. I told you
priorities
before
are correct, I guess.
huh?
The priorities are set, I guess.
You know, just as long as the church doesn't see this. Oh, I'm just kidding. But I did have a draft last night, and it was great. Um,
You did well.
I think so. I don't know. It's on a different platform. It's called Fantrax. I don't know if you ever heard of it. So
No,
it's kind of weird, and I'm trying to navigate through it. I've only been using Sleeper, which is superior,
I love
um,
Sleeper, yeah.
but this is with the deacon from our church and a couple people
Was
that I
this
know.
during the game or after the game?
It was during the game, so I picked up
So,
Derrick Henry and Rice.
okay, did you get Worthy? Did you get Xavier Worthy?
No,
Oh, man, he should have.
yeah, I should have.
Yeah,
But or maybe I did get. I don't even remember. It was like
yeah.
it was crazy. But I was talking to Brooke before this, and I was kind of hoping during that game that the national anthem wouldn't go so well, so we would have something to talk
You're
about.
something.
But she did great. She didn't have the mic turned on there for a little bit, and I was kind of
That was a little
worried.
scary. That was.
I was like, "Oh, this is it," but no. Um, but
Yeah.
anyway, how was your week?
Oh, it's been good, man. Yeah. Yeah, pretty busy too. Every time you have a holiday on a Monday, you're off on a Monday. I feel like I'm just scrambling the rest of the week,
See, that's
just
what it
trying to
is.
get
That's
things
why I don't
together.
have school done.
Oh, here we go.
I
Guys,
had
see,
Labor
we're
Day.
finally we're finally in the same class. Okay. We're taking all these same classes, but we have I guess they just have so many students we get backed up. And I finally see Nathan Stifler reply to the discussion. I'm like, oh man, we're in the same class, and I check it. It's a discussion that was due at least a week ago. I thought it might have been 2 weeks, but he just is now submitting it. So y'all need to get on him in the comments because I'm caught
Uh,
up. I came in the office. We're not usually in the office on Friday, but I had some extra work to get done because of Monday being off. But I'm caught up, so I'm pretty happy with where I'm sitting in school. He
well, I'm
needs
glad.
to get going.
I'm
Um,
gonna get going.
but
That's
I
why we're in the office today.
but yeah, it's a lot's been going on with us. We I mean, this is kind of out there now. We bought a house. So we moved this past weekend. So this week it's been a lot of phone calls to try to get things switched over, and we bought a washer and dryer and a fridge. So it's been a lot of different stuff there, and
On big
um,
purchases.
yeah, a lot of checks being written, and that's always really fun for me. I love that. Love spending money. If
Yeah.
you know me, I hate it, and I'm cheap. But the traffic is a lot different there, so that's been an adjustment.
Yeah.
Um, but getting used to that, and but glad that's over. It's a big answer to prayer.
Yeah.
We also have a church picnic, so I guess great minds think alike. And,
What we do.
um, so that'll be fun. And I don't have evening service on Sunday, so um, yeah, so it'll be good. There's any kind of events coming up for your group?
Um. Well, we're doing a soccer and Bible quizzing, and I'm excited for that. Show off my very collegiate soccer skills. Um. They're just so great. But and then we have Sky Zone at the end of the month, which I'm really looking
I'm
forward
wanting to
to.
go to that.
Yeah,
That sounds fun.
bring one down.
I know. I want to.
So, yeah, they have basketball court, and if you know, you know that basketball court holds a special place in our hearts.
Iconic. Iconic.
And so that was a great weekend, for many reasons, but
Really.
um,
Yes.
but yeah, those are kind of our event this month. Ironically, we don't have a single. I will not be present for a single youth group on Sunday night this month, because
Really.
last Sunday was Labor Day.
Mhm.
This coming Sunday is church picnic. We have the event next Sunday, which is technically youth group, but not like coming to the church for like
Yeah.
official youth group. And then I'm gone on vacation, and then we have
Man,
a family Sunday, which
look
is
at this.
we don't have no evening service. So I guess my
Just
youth
cancel the group.
we still have Wednesdays are going good. So that we've been
Yeah.
running the van on Wednesdays, and
Nice.
it's been
Yeah.
going pretty good. So we
Good. Yeah.
getting a lot of people from the community. So it's been good.
Yeah.
We basically doubled in number just from the community, and so
Yeah.
it's something I think we're going to continue doing, and hopefully
Should.
get some consistent attendance with that. So how about you?
Awesome, man. Yeah. Yeah. We have a bonfire coming up um, near the end of this month. I'm actually so I'm officiating a wedding the 21st, and then it's like 3:30. It'll end. Mine usually about 30 minutes. I keep mine pretty concise.
Yeah,
So hoping to get out of there by 4ish, and then
yeah,
we're getting on the van and going to a bonfire with Mount Calvary, um,
okay,
my my past church, and we still have a great relationship with them. And we did that
mm,
last year. It was a really good time. So I'll finish that up, change clothes real quick, and then get in the van and we'll go. But it'll be
yeah,
fun. So
yeah. I'm glad you keep those weddings short and concise, because I don't know if you've ever been in. I mean, not against anybody who does long weddings here, but as a person sitting there and for standing there, I couldn't imagine standing there for about an hour and a half or something like
let's
that.
get this moving. Yeah, yeah.
So,
I have a story from this wedding that I'm scared. I'm just not going to share it just yet, but I can't wait to share it in about a year when I know it'll not
there you
come
go.
up again. It will be
Okay.
hilarious. So this has been a fun one to prepare
Yeah,
for so far.
well, good.
So, oh
But
man,
yeah, I'm also looking forward. We have like a bonfire type. It's in October.
yeah,
We just tore down while you were here. We tore down all those boards
yeah,
down
yeah,
in our
yeah.
youth room, and we're gonna put them to use by burning them and getting rid of them. So
Good.
that should hopefully go well. I need to still call the fire department and see if I can do a fire. So,
Yeah,
but
I have
anyway, go
I have
ahead.
just a little bit because I mean we were talking about priorities already, and we've if the world doesn't know that the NFL has started, I don't know where you've been. And we are super excited. Honestly, it's a big reason why this podcast even started in the first place. So we're
Mhm.
going to get to predictions, and it's crazy that um, we're back to this because that's when we started. But I do. This is a ministry podcast, and I do just have a little bit of encouragement, and maybe you can kind of piggyback off of this.
Mhm.
Um, but this will be more of a football podcast today. So after
Oh,
the
I'm sorry,
encouragement, if
Mom.
you
This is
just want to turn this off,
in about 8 minutes here. You're gonna turn our podcast off. I understand.
I know of a couple more people that do the same thing, but we enjoy it. So I posted this on Facebook, and I've been in this passage really all week, and Colossians 3. Really, the first two verses. If then you were raised with Christ, seek those things which are above, where Christ is sitting at the right hand of God. And then verse 2 that we quote so much and know, but set your mind on things above, not on things on the earth. And we're going to spend this whole podcast talking about football, but just set your mind on things above. Um, it's really, for me, it's kind of sobered me. Um, I can't get into too much detail, but just some things that have happened, with family and um, just different circumstances that have come up, even with moving to a new house. It's so easy to focus on the here and now and start to plan and figure out what's best for you and would this purchase be good or this move um, or where would this look best. And I've really been kind of going back and forth in my head with a lot of different things just going on. It's just a lot of changes all at once, and trying to find the Lord in all of that, and setting your mind on those things above while He is still providing for your needs here on earth. um, it's been a cool reminder for me. It doesn't always feel good because
Hmm.
your priorities can get messed up, but it is nice to know that this isn't it. And all these things that I
Hmm.
stress about right now, He's got them in His hand, and I know He has a plan for. So I guess that would just be my encouragement. But when
Yeah.
you hear that, what things speak out to you? Set your mind on things above, not on things on the
Hmm.
earth. What kind of speaks to you in that?
Yeah, I was teaching 2 Wednesdays ago, and I was teaching about the peace of God and
Mm,
how this life can get so crazy, and you have so many things going on, um, and you're always worried for it. You have anxiety about it, and that's where I really hammered it was we have anxiety on things in this world, um, and not that we shouldn't. God knows that we're going to have anxiety, and that was part of it. Um, and I had an illustration where, I forget who the author was, but if AI was to generate a map of our brain, it would take it 1,000 years, which is insane.
wow.
And to think that God is the one who created that
Mm,
and knows it in and out, um, knows it in and out, he knows that we're going to struggle with anxiety and worries in
yeah.
this world. And I can go on forever about this, but he eventually, if we have trusted in him as savior, we can have peace in him. Even though this world's not going to be peaceful,
Yeah.
we can still rest in the promises that he's given us, that he's going to come
Yeah.
back one day, um, and not to put our trust in the things of this world, just
Yeah.
put our mind to him. Um, and I've really noticed that in my life. That's something I've really been looking at. When I play to Liam when he's about to go to sleep most nights, I like playing Gratitude. Gratitude by Brandon Lake, and
Awesome.
that's my
Yeah.
favorite song as of right now. Um, and just having gratitude for what he has done for us.
Mm,
All my works fall short, and all I can do is raise my hand and sing hallelujah to him.
yeah.
And in a world where we have so much hatred and just we all know how this world is, and when we are worrying about that and we're looking to have peace in God, really all we can do is look at the cross and see what he's done for us and be reminded that this world is only for 70 or 80 years, maybe 100 years if we get lucky, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but to think that he's going to come back and take us all away from that, and to think that now in this world that we really worry about the things of this world. Um, and I always use the illustration of people getting famous and their lives still aren't great. They
Sure.
they you think that they've reached this big um, point in their life. They should be good. They're famous, and that does work out for some of them. But we see a lot of them struggle with depression, struggle with drugs, and they're trying to get away from this world
Even suicide. Yep.
where
Exactly.
where this gift of salvation is there for them. And so if you have accepted that gift, set your mind to things of above.
Yeah.
Um, Separate from the world. Um, Jesus has called us to be in this world and to share his gospel, but to set your priorities in the world. I think it's just foolish as a Christian to really
Mm,
worry about how people think. If you're scared about telling them the gospel, that the most loving thing you can do is tell them the gospel, whether they accept it or not. God has
absolutely.
called everyone to accept him as Savior.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
and so that's kind of what I thought about it. And
I just
so
want to stop you, and I want everyone to just recognize what just happened there. So I'm going to give you a little behind the scenes of how we do this every week. Okay, usually we send a text of
You know what? I'll take a screenshot. What are we gonna do?
yeah. What we'll send a text. What time you want to do the podcast? Okay, we get that. What are we doing this week? And almost every single time it's I don't know. I don't know what are we going to talk about. We went into this podcast not having a single idea. He did not know I was going to say that verse at all, and then he just took it and ran with it. So give this man an applause. He just killed that. So that was awesome.
Hey, it was all the
More
Lord.
genuine that way. It's more
It
genuine
is.
that way.
I like
cool.
it that way.
Yeah, it's cool.
That doesn't mean you can't comment and tell us what you want us to know.
We'd love some suggestions.
We'd love to know that.
So,
but anyway, anything else you wanted to say on that?
Nah, man, you did great there. I think that was awesome. Yeah. So
yeah. If you haven't checked out Brandon Lake's Gratitude, change your life. That's all I gotta say. It shows how really the gratitude we have to have in Christ is insane, and that song really reflects that.
The only response. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, go ahead and comment down below. Anything you'd like us to talk about, either side of this, more the ministry side and the Bible side and everything. We're always down to theology too. We'll share that.
We've got opinions for sure.
Yeah, we got opinions. But yeah, go ahead. Just real quick before my mom tunes out, I just wanted to go ahead and share this. Check us out on Spotify, on Facebook and Instagram.
There you go.
We're there, putting out reels here and there. So maybe one day we'll have merch and we'll even do that. We'll do some giveaways or something.
That's in the future. We will get that done. Yeah.
So anyway, Mom, I'll see you later. Have a great day. This week on NFL predictions.
But before we start, just remind everybody who won last year. Who won the predictions? So we have a clean slate.
If I remember, it was a tie. I thought,
That's not how I remember it.
Brooks did win last year.
Okay. Now we can start fresh.
Very big margin, I think, actually. Towards the end of the year, when we got into the playoffs, I really butchered the playoff. Yep. I had the Steelers and Lions in it. The Lions weren't too bad. Steelers in it was a little crazy. So this year you may see me bet against those Steelers, and you never know. You just never know. Before we are recording on Friday. However, we did give a prediction last night before the game, and it was the Chiefs. Okay, we both knew it. So we both get that. But before we even get into the predictions here, any opening thoughts before we even do MVP and Super Bowl predictions?
So just going off last night's game, there's two thoughts I have. Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, seeing them in the backfield together is the scariest thing I've ever seen on television. That is petrifying. That is going to be disgusting to watch. I'm so excited to see that. They are going to be so good. I felt like they were just trying. So there's obviously, I said there's two things you see. I think the Ravens are going to be so good this year. I think that is almost unguardable, that read option, once they start to get that figured out. But obviously, we were talking a little bit before, and Derrick Henry really wasn't even on the field that much. I think he had 10 carries maybe. I'm not sure.
Like that. I know he gave me 10 fantasy points. That's all I know.
But with the touchdown, without the touchdown, he didn't really have much. But just, I mean, the sheer fright of it, alone, I think is just going to cause so much problems for defense. And I think Zay Flowers is going to have an insane year because they're going to be so worried about the run. And Isaiah Likely looked great. I don't think Andrews is going to catch much passes this year. But I think the Ravens are going to be very good. I think they were in control of that whole game. Well, really, mainly the second half. It looked like they were winning the game. It was very strange.
I mean, they were going for two. They
were.
They thought they had the momentum.
That's so tough. That's so tough. Yeah. But then that might just be another testament to how good the Chiefs are. So we'll get into the Super Bowl predictions. But, man, for the Ravens to look that good and the Chiefs to still win that game, when they really didn't look that great, there was a lot of things that they looked rusty.
Travis Kelce didn't have anything going on last night.
He had that one
Xavier
third down
Worthy now.
conversion. Oh, he's special.
He looked
He's
filthy.
special. Rasheed Rice looks
Um,
special as long as he doesn't get
yeah.
thrown in jail mid-season. They're going to be good. So
Pacheco
yeah,
even looked great.
picked up where he left
Dude,
off.
Patrick Mahomes, and as I was saying before this, I absolutely I can't stand the Chiefs at this point. Just how good
Just
they
too
are.
good. Just too good.
But Patrick Mahomes just makes any. I think I could go out there and catch a pass from Patrick
Oh,
Mahomes the
I
way he
agree.
does it.
He's just special.
So
Yeah.
now the I don't know if you noticed this, but the broadcasters loved Patrick Mahomes. Everything
Yeah.
they would say something about Lamar Jackson. Well, Patrick Mahomes can also do that. Like, oh,
Oh,
can he?
yeah.
Goodness. Anyway, there's some words that you can describe them with, but we don't say that around here. But anyway, that's the Ravens look good. I think
I'm glad
we'll get
football's
into
back.
super. Huh?
I'm glad football's back.
I'm glad football is back.
It's awesome.
And I love baseball. But I am glad football is back. Baseball can get a little. I still love it, and I'll still be watching the Pirates, but the
For
Pirates
sure.
have been letting me down a little bit. So
Yep.
I'm ready for Pittsburgh to maybe win on Sunday, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Anyway, here we go. I'll let you go ahead. So we're just gonna do MVP and
Yeah.
Super Bowl prediction. Okay.
Okay.
None of the other awards, because yeah. Who won it last year? Who won MVP? Was it Lamar or
Yes.
Patrick? It was Lamar.
Yes. Lamar won it last year. Yeah.
So
We going MVP first?
yeah,
Are we going to do the same thing like last year? We do like a bold one at the beginning of the season, and then mid-season we do another one.
we can do a mid-season one too. Yeah, do a bold one.
Okay, I'm gonna go a bold one here without watching anybody. The safe take would just after seeing Lamar again, I could see him getting it again. I mean,
And
just
more
the rest of the
Mahomes,
overall.
really. I mean,
And Mahomes.
yeah.
I mean, it's just I could see it, but I feel like those are two pretty easy ones. I'm gonna go Anthony Richardson this year.
Anthony Richardson.
If he can stay healthy, that's where I'm gonna go. And I would love to see that happen because he's on my fantasy team. So, so it's more so a biased pick.
I was thinking around the same route though.
Really? Okay.
Not Anthony Richardson. Not
Yeah.
Anthony Richardson,
Mhm.
but a second-year quarterback, and that would be C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
I think.
Yep.
I think with his caliber of team, they
Biggs
could
now.
really carry him there to that.
Yeah.
Put up some huge numbers this year.
Joe Mixon.
I am excited to see them. I'm excited to see how he now with the fame. Not that he didn't have fame last year, but now he's really out there. How
the expectations too.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see how he did with his testimony, Christian testimony.
Yeah, me too.
So, Super Bowl.
Okay.
Give your. Yeah, go ahead. You can give them both.
Like who's on NFC and AFC?
Yep. Who's going to be there, and then you can give the winner of that too.
Okay. After watching yesterday, it's got to be the Ravens or the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
NFC. Texans are AFC too, aren't they?
Texas or AFC, yeah. Yeah.
Texans are going to be. They're going to be in that mix too. They have to be. I'm going to go Chiefs for the AFC. And then NFC. Just goodness, I mean, I think the Bengals will be great again this year with Joe Burrow back.
Well, they're in the AFC.
They're so stacked. I mean, that is so stacked over there. In our division, I mean, Steelers, everybody. I think the Browns will have a bounce back year, but I just think the Chiefs are too good. I'll take the Chiefs, and I'm gonna go. This is super bold. I'm gonna go Cowboys.
Cowboy.
I'm gonna go Cowboys in the other one. I'm thinking the Cowboys or the Eagles. Um,
Yeah.
and I really like the Eagles with Saquon Barkley now. Actually, I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna go Eagles. I'm gonna go Chiefs Eagles. And I'm gonna take the Chiefs to win that.
I agree with your Eagles pick. That's who I was thinking. It was them or the 49ers. I think the 49ers are going to have a rougher year, though, just
I
with
do
all
too.
the stuff
I do
going
too.
on with them.
Ayuk probably gets traded at some point.
Yeah, I don't even know. I think they're going to have too much worrying going on around there for them to really get back
Yeah,
into it. But I think they'll still make the playoffs,
they'll be good.
obviously.
They'll be good. But
But
yeah,
I don't think they'll make it to the Super Bowl game. I think we saw the AFC Championship last night.
I do
Um,
too.
and
I do too.
I'm gonna pick the Ravens to win it. And I
I
think
would
they'll
love
be
to see
in
that.
I think they'll be in Arrowhead again. Most likely Chiefs will probably be number 1 seed again, and
Yeah,
Ravens will go there. And I have the Ravens
I would
going
love
to
to
the
see
Super
that.
Bowl.
I would love to see it.
I would hate to see it as a Steelers fan. I think whoever comes out of the AFC will win it. So I
I
take the
agree.
Ravens to win it
I
again.
agree.
Or not again, but I think the Ravens will win it. And that pains me to say that as a Steelers fan.
They're just so fun to watch, man. I'm such a
It's
Lamar
it's
fan. I love
insane.
Derrick Henry, so I would
Yeah,
love to see it.
it would be crazy. I would be rooting for the Eagles, but
Yeah.
I think the Ravens got that combo. If Derrick Henry stays healthy all year, it's filthy.
I
That
don't know
is
what you
just
do about that. I mean, I don't know what to do.
you can't do anything about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's our little bold. I think if let me tell you, if this is just another take real quick. If TJ Watt has the same year as he does last year and does not win Defensive Player of the Year, I'm rioting.
Miles Garrett
I'm
deserved it
rioting.
though.
Listen, great year, but TJ Watt was better. Okay, that's all I gotta say about that. Ah, goodness gracious.
Let's get into week one. Who's next?
Week
Well,
one.
we got Packers tonight, right?
Yeah, we got Packers versus Eagles in Brazil, which is very weird
Who
to me.
knows? Yeah.
So, since you went first there, I'll go first today.
Okay.
Okay. I think we both picked Chiefs last night. I think the Packers win tonight, which is, I know, kind of biased to what we were just saying.
I'm tracking with you. I'm same here.
You're also taking Packers?
I'm a good Packer just because I think it's going to take them a little with Saquon. He just commands so much. I think it's going to take them a little bit of time offensively. I think the defense will do well, and the Packers they really started rolling towards the end of the year last year.
They
I
do.
think Love will have a great year. So,
And since it's not in Philadelphia or
there's no
Green Bay,
yeah.
I think
No
the
advantage
Packers will take it.
I do too.
And that is tonight at some time. So, but
Yeah,
Sunday,
I'm not sure what time it is.
I am a little sad that I'm going to be missing Sunday for football, just going home and doing nothing. You know, we were talking about priorities, but I am excited to come home from church and just do nothing until youth group.
Oh man.
And just watch football. Albina loved this time of year. She really did not have a break all year. Football,
Baseball,
and then
basketball.
we go into basketball,
Yep.
and then MLB starts while basketball is going
Exactly.
on.
Yep.
She doesn't get a break. At least football is only one day a week, and I don't really watch college football, so Saturdays are good.
Yeah.
So we're good. Anyway,
I watch
Panthers.
Colorado. But
Yeah, Colorado would be.
I tune into them. Yeah.
Yeah. First game at 1 p.m. on Sunday. Panthers at Saints. Okay. I'm gonna take the Saints because they're at home, and the Panthers. They did get better. Panthers did get better.
They will have a better year.
But it's still on the road, week 1. I'm hoping for my Bryce Young card that he will do well, but I think it'll still take a little bit of time to mold that all together.
I'm going to take the Saints as well, but I do think the Panthers will have a better year. But the bar was on the ground, so them having a better year.
You
doesn't
can't do
make-
much better. It's like,
Right,
have you
yeah.
seen the Chicago White Sox? I don't know if you've seen anything about
Oh
them.
yeah.
They've won 5 games out of the last 50 games.
Yeah, that's awful. That
They
is
had
awful.
they had a Wednesday night They had a Wednesday night game, a home game. 17 total people were at the game.
That's horrible, man.
It's
That is
crazy.
horrible.
I mean, that is
Wow.
insane. Anyways, so yeah, the bar is not high for the Panthers to get better, but
Right.
they can do it.
Yeah.
Vikings at Giants. This is interesting because the Vikings are rolling with Sam Darnold, I think,
Yes.
if I'm not mistaken. Giants look about as awful as you can get, though. I don't know who they have.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones cannot throw the ball. I'm going to take the Vikings, even with Sam Darnold starting, which is kind of crazy to say. I was
I
looking
think he
forward
could
to
have a decent year. I think he could have a decent
with Justin Jefferson to throw to.
year.
I would have a good year in the NFL.
Yep.
I feel like.
Yep.
But
Yep.
Vikings at Giants. Who you taking?
I'm going to take the Vikings as well, just because I have Jefferson in almost all my leagues, and I need him to do well. I think he's the best. I think he's the most talented player in the league.
Oh, for sure.
Outside of quarterbacks, obviously.
Oh yeah.
So I
Wide
think
receiver, best wide receiver in the game. I know
I
Tyreek
think so.
Hill is up there for some people, but I still
as
think
far
Justin
as just
Jefferson.
skill, yeah. I'm gonna
Tyreek
take,
Hill wasn't so fast; he would be horrible.
that is his game, correct? Yeah. So I mean, his routes are great, but it's just because he's so fast. Jefferson just creates so much space, gets off the ground
Yeah.
so quick. So I'm gonna take the Vikings as well. We need to switch this up.
We do. We're not going to switch up, I don't think, on
So,
this next one, though.
No.
This next one is Patriots at Bengals.
Yeah.
If you just want me to go ahead and pencil that in, it's
Pencil it in,
Bengals.
buddy. That's the Bengals. Yep. Patriots will be a dumpster fire this year, I think.
Dude, who do they got? Do they have Drake May starting? Or no, they
No,
started
I think
Brissett.
they're going Brissett. I think they're going to do Brissett. Yeah. I think May towards the middle of the year we'll get it.
Drake May.
I think he'll be decent. I don't mind that pick for them. But yeah, Brissett will start. So
here's the game of the week for us. Okay. Well, for me, Steelers at Falcons. Obviously, I can't go against my Steelers week 1, so
this is where we'll switch.
This is where we're gonna.
I like the Falcons. I think the Falcons will be pretty good this year. With Cousins, I think this is very biased because I have him in fantasy too. I think Pitts will be the best tight end in the league this year. This is
I did
super
draft him
bold.
last night.
I think he'll be the best tight end in the league.
He has the capability to do it.
I think Bijan will be probably running back 1 this year, maybe 2 or 3 if he gets the amount of touches. I think he'll have a lot of receptions. With Cousins, they'll do a lot of screens to him. So I like the Falcons in that game. Especially
if I wasn't a Steelers fan, I might be going with you, but
yeah,
I can't go against them.
Yeah.
This is a big game right here. Texans at Colts.
That's gonna be a shootout.
Yeah, I think just with the Texans being stacked, I think it'll take some time for the Colts to get it together. I'm gonna take the Texans. Now really this game could go either way, but I'm gonna take the Texans as a safe pick. Yeah, on the road.
This is probably super, super bold. I just think the Texans added a lot this year, and I think it'll take a little bit to get going. And just because it's at home and it's my MVP pick, I'm gonna take Richardson and the Colts.
Okay.
Another bold take. That's probably the boldest one for this week that I'll do because the Texans are going to be great, and I don't think the Colts will be that great. I think they'll be close to 500. But I think they win week 1.
Okay. So. Cardinals at Bills. 1 p.m. Cardinals really saved me a lot of games last year. Joshua Dobbs, I appreciate you for that.
I remember that.
I'm going to take them here. Week 1 victory over Buffalo. Dude, Buffalo. At Buffalo, I think the Cardinals got it. I think Marvin Harrison shows that's why he was in the not the number 1 pick, but the number 1 wide receiver in the draft. And this is gonna be why. Him with Kyler Murray.
I think he'll have a good year. I do. But I'm gonna go Bills at home.
I'm go Bills.
Even without Diggs, I like
Yeah.
I like them. I honestly think Allen will be better without Diggs because he relied on him so much.
He did.
Um,
They also lost Gabe Davis.
They did. Where's
So
he? Is he in New York?
He's in Jacksonville.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I've taken more away teams than the home team, which is not good.
I know it's bold, but it might pay off. I don't know.
It may. Titans at Bears. I think the Bears have a game against the Titans. I don't see the Titans having.
The Titans won't be very good this year. I'm gonna take the Bears too. I don't know what to really think about the Bears yet. I think they could maybe get in the playoffs. It's just it's stacked, man. I don't know.
Yeah. The AFC is more stacked, but the NFC has its teams.
It does. So. It does. Well, their division isn't too crazy this year.
The Packers will be the Lions. They have the Lions. It's gonna be. They may make the wild card, but that's about it.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough for them.
Which is crazy to think that the Lions are good now.
They are. Yeah.
Last 1 p.m. game, Jags at Dolphins. I'm gonna take Dolphins here. I don't really think that's a brain. But maybe you'll take the Jags.
The Jags are going as well.
Okay. Jags will be decent again. I think they just seem there's just something missing there. And I just don't.
There is. I don't know either. But yeah, I think especially at home you gotta take the Dolphins.
Yeah. First 4 p.m. game, Broncos at Seahawks. Another team that's going to be absolutely horrible this year, I think, is the Broncos. Not sure who's going to be. I mean, Bo Nix is there. They still have Courtland Sutton. They did just pay Patrick Surtain. But I don't know, outside of them three.
I think Nix could be pretty good this year.
He could be.
But week 1 at home, I'll take the Seahawks. I think that could be an upset then.
It could be.
See the Broncos winning that because I don't think the Seahawks will be very good.
Yeah. Geno Smith, they really gave him the bag, and he kind of been fumbling it.
Yeah.
Lately. So.
He had that one good year.
Yeah. Raiders at Chargers. I don't know here. They're really both about in the same kind of stage as football here. I'm going to take the Raiders here simply because of Devontae Adams.
Okay.
Just looking at the matchups there, thinking about who the Chargers even have at wide receiver.
Yeah.
I don't know who Justin Herbert. They don't have Austin Eckler this year.
Right.
No wide receivers. Justin Herbert's going to be thrown to himself. So.
I see it, but maybe this is stupid. I just have a ton of kind of respect for Harbaugh and the amount of stuff that he said about Herbert in camp. I'm gonna take the Chargers. I think the Chargers could end up being decent this year.
Yeah.
Even with all the pieces that they missed, I think Harbaugh.
They did get what was that guy's name? They picked a higher receiver or tight end.
And they did. I can't remember that.
Was it a lad something?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I think so. Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
This is a big game here. Cowboys at Browns, 4 p.m. I think this is a game where the Cowboys go into week 2 with a loss on the schedule. Even as a Steelers fan here, I think the Browns are going to find a way at home. Playing at Cleveland is insane. So
I can't bet against obviously my team in this way, especially week 1. I'd like to see us jump out to a decent start. So I'm going to take the Browns too, but this game's a coin flip for me. I think the Cowboys are the better team, but obviously being at home.
Yeah.
I think Browns will take this week 1. I think Watson will have a good year. I hope so.
Yeah. Maybe Ezekiel Elliott will go off.
maybe. I think he'll have a decent year.
Yeah.
Just because he knows that system so well. But
Commanders at Buccaneers. I'm a big Buccaneers guy. I think they're a decent team.
yeah,
I think the Commanders got some stuff to work out.
yeah,
I'm going to take the Buccaneers. I think the Buccaneers win their division even with the Falcons there, which is bold.
that is bold. That is bold.
I think the Buccaneers still win it. I think they're just more complete.
Yeah. Well, you know who they are. Falcons, we really don't know who they are yet. I'm gonna take the Buccaneers as well. I think, Washington's just a little too young. I like Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
But I think, just needs a little bit more time.
First Sunday night football of the year, which is going to be a good one. Rams at Lions, simply because of Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
I think here. I'm going to take a bold. I'm going with the away team. Going Rams.
And you've been doing that all week. Wow.
I think Puka or Cooper, one of those guys on the team is going to do something crazy.
So many weapons. Williams, oh man, he's got a ton of weapons.
So I'm going to take the Rams.
I'm going to go Lions just because it's at home. We got a lot of coin flip games here, man.
We do. You've taken the home team quite a few times. You've taken the away team technically one time, because the Packers aren't away.
Wow.
Packers and Eagles. Yeah. So
I don't know. I just trust the home field advantage.
That's right. Jets at 49ers Monday Night Football. This, I think, hopefully Aaron Rodgers plays through the whole game.
I'm with you here. I think I'm with you here.
I'm going to take the Jets.
Me too.
I think this is the game that Aaron Rodgers breaks out, and he's going to become my starting quarterback on fantasy football.
I like the Jets this year, big time.
Yeah. If Aaron Rodgers stays healthy, I think it will be filthy.
I do too. He's got so many weapons, man. So many weapons.
Well, there we go. It's crazy that a year ago we were doing this for the first time.
It's insane. Yeah, it is.
And so I'm excited for football to start back up, and we'll let you guys know next week how it all goes down. And so I'm excited. I hopefully I can get the dub this year. Hopefully the Chiefs don't win the Super Bowl again.
Yep.
That's just really all I ask for.
Yeah.
So, but anything else you wanted to say about anything there?
I don't think so. I'm just thank you if you made it to this far in the end. Just listening to us.
Listening to us. So. Real quick, if you have, let me just give you something. I don't know if you've heard, but it was a joyous day when this came across my phone. I don't think we've talked about it yet.
Okay.
But The Acolyte Season 2 was canceled. And man, nothing better than that. And, just seeing the utter destruction of a show be canceled for Season 2 and seeing a bunch of people get upset about it because the show's okay, apparently. Guess what? It was horrible, and they canceled it.
I only know your opinion. I didn't watch it. I got through about 5 minutes of it. So
I just wanted to let everybody know that it was canceled, and there will be no Season 2. And I guess we'll just never know what happened to them.
It's a good day in the Stifler household.
It was. So if you made that far, it's a little tidbit of
good. I'm glad we got that in there.
Yeah. When does the NBA officially come back?
End of October. So it's soon. Yeah, it's soon.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, anyway, thank you guys again for listening, making it this far. It's probably going to be a little longer one. I haven't done one of those predictions in a while. So thank you guys for listening, and check us out on all our platforms, and let us know what you want us to talk about. But we hope you guys have a great week, and we'll see you later.
Thank you all.
Goodbye.